Buckle up because we are hitting the headlines hard and fast. First, we head to Castle Rock, where frustrated residents and local business owners like Karen Easton and Dylan Walls are taking a stand against a major parking crunch that is choking the downtown core. Even as the town council reviews a new study from Fair and peers, the debate over growth and access continues to boil over.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, we shift gears to the track where local athletes are leaving it all on the field at the Rock Island Girls ABC Track Invite. This is high-stakes competition at its finest, as teams push their limits to see who comes out on top in this high-energy athletic showdown. Then, we take a trip to Minneapolis for a total vibe shift inside Hi-Fi Hair and Records. Owner Johnny Clifford is turning the traditional haircut on its head by blending the local music scene with a full-blown record shop experience that is keeping the community rocking with every trim. Finally, a massive heist in Texas has sent shockwaves through the community after a violent robbery at Mark Robinson Jewelers in the Round Rock Premium Outlets. Owner Sherazad Sunny Lakundwala is speaking out after masked suspects made off with millions in merchandise, and police are now on the hunt for the crew behind this brazen daylight attack. That is the latest news you need to know, so make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to stay ahead of the curve. Ever circled a block for 20 minutes, praying for a miracle space to open up, only to realize you're late for your dinner reservation? If you live in Castle Rock, Colorado, you know exactly how that feels. This town has been exploding with growth, but as the population climbs, the downtown parking situation has become a full-blown headache. Recently, the town council finally sat down to digest a major study from the firm Fair and Peers, and the results are, well, complicated. On one hand, the study claims parking availability has actually skyrocketed by 113% since 2017. But if you ask the locals, the numbers don't seem to match the reality on the ground. Longtime resident Karen Easton, who has called Castle Rock home for over half a century, isn't buying the optimism. She describes navigating streets like Wilcox at midday as a literal nightmare, noting that the infrastructure just hasn't kept pace with the influx of people. So, where is all this available parking? It turns out there are plenty of spaces inside parking garages, but people are actively avoiding them. Why? Well, it's not just a preference, it's a physical reality. Residents like Reese Matheson point out that if you drive anything larger than a compact car, navigating those tight, spiraling garage ramps feels more like a stunt driving course than a parking solution. This isn't just an annoyance, it's hitting local businesses right where it hurts. Dylan Walls, owner of the iconic Castle Cafe, says his customers, especially the elderly, are being forced to trek half a mile just to grab a bite. When accessibility takes a hit, the local economy pays the price. The city is currently pivoting toward better signage as a quick fix, but for people like Easton and Walls, that's just a bandage on a much larger wound. They're calling for more accessible, ground-level parking solutions before the downtown charm is completely buried under traffic jams. What do you think? Is it time for the city to double down on new builds, or is there a smarter way to manage the flow? Hit that subscribe button to keep up with your community news, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. After all, a town that grows together should be able to park together. Ever wonder what the future of local athletics looks like? Well, look no further than Rock Island, which recently played host to an electrifying girls' ABC Track Invitational. These young athletes brought an intensity that proves the next generation of track stars is already here, pushing their limits and shattering expectations with every sprint and hurdle. It is truly inspiring to watch this kind of dedication at the grassroots level. If you want to keep up with more local sports coverage like this, make sure to download the News 8 app on your phone. It is the best way to stay in the loop with everything happening in your community. We want to hear from you. Who is the standout athlete you are watching this season? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on our local legends in the making. Remember, greatness starts right in your own backyard. Ever walked into a hair salon and felt like you were stepping back into the golden age of rock and roll? Most salons give you a magazine and some elevator music, but in Minneapolis, one shop is turning that experience up to 11. Welcome to Hi-Fi Hair and Records, where the hum of a hairdryer competes with the crisp crackle of a classic vinyl record. It is not just a place to get a trim, it is a full-blown temple to music culture. Founded in 2011 by Johnny Clifford, this shop was born from a deeply personal place. Inspired by his father and a lifelong love for the greats like Bowie and Elvis, Clifford didn't just want to build a business, he wanted to build a community. Think about that for a second. He literally turned the waiting room into the coolest record store in the city. You might come in for a fade, but you end up crate digging for rare finds while you wait. It is a brilliant collision of two worlds. The story of how he got here is just as punk rock as the shop itself. Clifford started cutting hair back in the 80s because he and his friends were broke and couldn't afford the haircuts they craved. Necessity is the mother of invention, right? Now, he's the one behind the chair, helping every client walk out feeling like a rock star. It is that universal desire to look cool, to have a bit of edge, and Clifford nails it every time. But what really stands out isn't just the vintage memorabilia or the wall dedicated to local Minnesota legends like Bobby V. It is his heart. Clifford is using his platform to amplify local musicians who haven't hit the big time yet. While he loves the Rolling Stones, he knows the local scene needs that extra boost to be heard. In an era where everything feels digital and disconnected, Clifford is keeping it analog and human. He says he will be standing behind that chair until the day he dies. And honestly, that kind of passion is exactly what our communities need more of. So, if you are ever in Minneapolis, skip the generic barbershop and go get a cut where the music is loud and the vibe is legendary. Have you ever visited a business that perfectly blended your two favorite hobbies? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with more local legends. Remember, style is temporary, but the right record, that lasts forever. Imagine being at your workplace, minding your own business, when suddenly a swarm of masked figures storms through the door. This isn't a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster. It is the terrifying reality that unfolded this past Tuesday at Mark Robinson Jewelers in the Round Rock Premium Outlets. Surveillance footage has just been released, and frankly, it is difficult to watch. At around 1 p.m., while the store was mercifully empty of customers, a group of 8 suspects burst in, armed with hammers and malice. The chaos was instantaneous. One suspect immediately blinded an employee with pepper spray, while the others set to work systematically smashing display cases. It is chilling how coordinated they were. According to the store owner, Sherazad Sunny Lakundwala, these weren't just random opportunists. They had clearly done their homework targeting specific high-value items with surgical precision. Specifically, they made off with roughly 50 to 60 pre-owned Rolex watches, a staggering haul worth millions of dollars. But even in the face of such a massive financial blow, the human element remains the most heartbreaking part. You can see the employee in the footage struggling to breathe after the chemical attack, a reminder that while insurance might cover merchandise, it doesn't cover the trauma. Fortunately, the story took a turn when another staff member, displaying incredible composure, emerged from the back room with a handgun, which sent the cowards scrambling for the exit. The suspects ditched their stolen getaway car at a nearby apartment complex, leaving investigators with a trail to follow. Mr. Lakundwala has been running this business for 12 years without a single incident like this, and he is rightfully shaken. While he is confident that the law will eventually catch up to these individuals, the real takeaway here is the audacity of the crime and the disregard for human safety. If you have any information, please reach out to the Round Rock Police immediately. Crimes like this might seem like a quick payday, but the consequences, both legal and personal, are never worth the price. Stay safe out there, and let us know what you think about store security in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on stories that matter.